T. Ray, I hear you, T.
Got it.
Okay, I am going to call the meeting to order. June 11th, 2022 at 3:06 p.m. Is Brother Dave Claxton on?
No.
And build the empire that I'm building.
Okay, I'm going to move on with the invocation. I'll do it myself. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you as humbly as we know how. Lord, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you for allowing us yet to see another day that was not promised to us, but you saw fit to breathe a breath of life to each and every one of us. And we are so forever grateful. Lord, we'd like to ask you to come into this space right now. Bless each and every person on the sound of my voice, from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet. Lord, we give them strength for the work that we do. Lord, those who are not here, bless them as well, that they may either come in when they get an opportunity, but bless them as they go through their day as well. Lord, we'd like to ask you to bless each and every person that may be sick and shut in right now, Lord. Strengthen their hearts, their minds, their bodies, and their souls. Lord, we'd like to ask you to also give strength to those who have lost loved ones during this time, that you put your loving arms around them and comfort them and strengthen them as they go through this moment in their lives. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Before I get to the approval of the agenda, as well as we have already stressed that we want to move forward, I'm going to ask, we have a guest with us today, Sister Danielle Brown. I'm going to ask Sister Michelle Thomas to introduce her, and we're going to give her 15 minutes of our time. Michelle, are you ready?
Yes. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I just would like to say thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you for coming on our call. Danielle was the instructor at the CBTU conference that we just had in LA. She was my instructor in the class that I had taken, and I was very intrigued with the information she had given us. And I asked her if she would share that with our CBTU family. Just to give you a little introduction about Danielle, Danielle Brown is the Black Voters Matter Deputy National Field Director, National A. Philip Randolph Institute organizer, and founder of Impacts Incorporated, an organization that teaches children to utilize their voting potential at a young age. Its mission is to build political leaders and advocates. Danielle sits on various community boards in and out of the state. She has worked with various labor unions, community, and grassroots organizations on various campaigns to ensure that the mission and needs of the people, no matter their station, are met. She is an organizer by trade and a strong leader at heart. She works tirelessly to make sure that the issues of her people are heard and addressed. Please help me welcome our special guest, Danielle Brown. Thank you.
Hello, CBTU family. It's good to see everyone. I want to make sure a couple things. One, you can hear me. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, good. We are on the, thank you. We are on the Blackest bus in America right now. I'm doing this presentation from the back of our bus with Black Voters Matter. And guess what? I am in Michigan. We are in a whole tour right now in Michigan, actually in Grand Rapids today. So we are here in Michigan, and y'all, it has been beautiful. It's been amazing, as always, when we come to this neck of the woods. So thank you for having me on today. So my presentation is geared toward like 2 hours or longer. got to kind of move this into 15 minutes. So in moving it into 15 minutes, a lot of the things that we discussed while we were in CBTU were voting rights and where we stand right now with voting rights. We also discussed what it means to have power and to move our communities from actual being ready voters and actually understanding what that power means. One of the things I discussed and let people know is we have to be very in tune with the issues within the community. Part of being in tune is I can't talk to you about going to the polls if you're trying to figure out how you're gonna feed your kids tonight. Can't talk to you about going to the polls if you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay for $400 worth of insulin because you live in a food desert and you now have diabetes that was basically created because you don't have access to good, nutritious food on a day-to-day basis. I can't talk to you about voting when you are trying to figure out how you're going to go to to someone's funeral because you don't have gas money. These are all real, true instances and situations that are happening in the real life that our people are living in. And so when we're talking to folks, we being realistic, being really what people are saying and having an understanding of what that looks like in order for us to build power and to build political power within our communities. Having an understanding of what it looks like to put people in a space of being able to win, because for so long, we have not been put in that space. We don't have the opportunity to bask in wins whatsoever. You look at January 6th, people talk about, that being, this is an insurrection. We're having hearings right now. Yes, I was one of those ones who stayed up late and almost morning watching the hearings. But when you think about Black communities, you think about, we've always been an insurrection. We've never been able to bask in any type of win that we have because we have continuous issues that come up and that are on the forefront. So what do we do? How do we build that power? How do we take that and make that into something that is actually that we know that we can win through? That is understanding where we're coming from, where we're at, and where we need to go. And so a lot of the things we're fighting for right now with Black Voters Matter and other organizations, we're coming up on 1 year since folks started going to DC and getting arrested for voting rights. So in that, we're talking about what do those voting rights truly look like? Why haven't we been able to get voting rights and what it looks like even on a local and statewide level? So we look at the federal level. We look at the fact that voting rights, and the voting rights laws have not been passed, but we also look at our statewide level and our local level and what is being placed in front of us to keep us suppressed and keep us from the polls. In 2021, 49 states introduced suppression bills on their floors of their state houses, 49. 33 of them actually enacted it. So when we're talking about voting rights and we're talking about what that looks like, we're not just talking about the federal level, we're talking about the local level and the statewide level as well. We're also talking about folks that, when we're talking about our local level, we're talking about local election precincts and not having access and not having drop boxes in some spaces. You guys are blessed. Y'all have those here. And so I'm excited about that. But we have a lot of places that their drop boxes have been taken away. We look at Georgia is always the poster child for voter suppression when we talk about it, and them not being able to have water. So we had to think of other ways to ensure that people were taken care of in the lines, because they just had a primary about 2 weeks ago. And what we did was we made sure that there was water and there was snacks, vehicles that were doing rides to the polls. So no, you didn't get it while you were standing in line, but you got it prior to being in line. So we're thinking outside of the box and having to look locally at what it looks like to put actual plans in place so that our people are taken care of when they go to the polls and they actually understand what they're going to the polls for. So a lot of the work that we're doing right now is fighting for voting rights, across all areas. And what that means too is we have a whole campaign with Black Voters Matter called 1 Million for Voting Rights. And we're actually have a petition where we're getting people to sign on to actually say, hey, look, we need voting rights and we need it enacted on a federal level so that we can start working backwards, unfortunately, statewide and also locally. We're also talking to people and getting them to understand their power that they have at their local level. So we have a lot of local elections that are going on right now. And I think it was kind of funny because we were talking a little bit earlier today about what our thought processes are and where people's minds are around this upcoming election. A lot of people are talking about, what is it going to look like federally? But we have a tendency to do that every 2 to 4 years. What that looks like on a federal level, and we miss the mark on the local level, which is where it impacts us the most. So talking to people and getting them to understand who's running, getting them to understand what actual positions do, what they are, how they actually affect them. We have a lot of people that don't understand that the sheriff is elected, but the sheriff is the one who brings you the warrant, not the chief of police. And getting people to understand that the DA is the one who's locking us up. So having people in place that have an understanding of what this means, total revamp of education, but also getting people to understand how it correlates to their day-to-day life. One of the things we did, and I think I talked about this even at CBTU, was we did a couple of weeks ago in another one of our states, gas money and gun safety. And we did it right before the election. So what we did was we were, one, addressing the immediate need, which was everybody need gas right now because gas is higher than high. Two, we were addressing gun violence because we were actually talking about the 4 universal rules of gun safety with people as they were waiting in line. And this line was wrapped around the block about twice. So they had plenty of time to know and understand what that meant, because that is a true issue within this particular community, which is gun violence. And 3, we were also talking to them about their local election that was coming up on that Tuesday and ensuring that they had what they needed to go to the polls. So we literally had people telling us, look, I didn't know there was an election. 2, I wouldn't have had gas money to even or gas to even go to an election. I'm trying to get gas just to go to work. And so we were able to talk to people and get them to understand what it all meant and how it correlated between the gun violence issue that they were having in their community and who was actually on their ballot and how it spoke to that. So those are some of the things that we're
working in there.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right.
Somebody came off mute.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's perfectly fine. I'm used to it. So those are some of the things that we're talking about in communities, getting people to understand what that truly, truly looks like, and getting people also to understand that it's very, very important and that they matter. If they didn't matter, then people wouldn't spend billions and billions of dollars trying to suppress their votes, federally, locally, or statewide. If they didn't matter, then we wouldn't be in the mess that we're in right now when it comes to voting rights. So we're talking to folks and getting them to understand what it is and that they have actual power within their community. And not only do they have the power within their community, but have that power 365. It's not just during the election at all. One of the things we tell people all the time is that our issues are 365. I love when people ask me, what am I going to do the day after the election? Are you going to go on vacation? I don't know what that means, because my issues didn't stop on election day. Your issues didn't stop on election day. They're continuous. If anything, we're now going to ramp it up a little bit more and make sure that we have people going to those city council meetings, those county commissioner meetings, those school board meetings, and whatever meetings we need to be in, courtrooms, whatever that looks like, blocking and being in those spaces and letting them know we're here to hold you accountable. Why? Because we just hired you. And guess what? We're good at hiring people, but y'all, we're even better at firing people when they don't do what they're supposed to do. So we're holding people accountable of what that looks like and making sure that we are doing that job. We do voter registration very, very well. We do get out to vote very, very well. But the one thing we always seem to drop the ball on is that accountability piece. So getting people to understand the type of power that they have in their communities, not just on election day or as we're gearing up for an election day, but surpassing what that election looks like as well. So I am here. We are here in Michigan as a resource for you all. I'm always happy to come and do a presentation for anybody that needs it. Longer if you need it. We're always happy. It's always geared up. It's always ready. At 15 minutes today, and so I'll definitely want to adhere to that time. And like I said, we're definitely in Michigan doing our thing, making sure that we're letting people know how much power they have in the community and letting them know that they matter, and they absolutely matter, and they matter to this process, and they just matter in general. So especially in our Black community. So thank you all so much for having me. Definitely appreciate you. If anybody has any questions or concerns, I will definitely drop my information in chat. And thank you.
Well, thank you, Ms. Brown. We appreciate you taking the time out to come and speak to us for this short time. I know your presentation should have been longer, and hopefully we will definitely have you back to maybe do a full presentation for us. Are there any questions? Anyone have any questions for Ms. Brown? Any questions? All right. All right, Ms. Brown, thank you so much. We appreciate you and enjoy your stay while you're here in Michigan. And we appreciate all the work that you're doing.
Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day. See you later.
All right.
Waiting on you.
All right. Now we can move on to business.
It's already open.
With the approval of the agenda. And the agenda is, after we have roll call, invocation, approval of the agenda, Tracy, for the minutes, correspondence by Michelle, financial report by Tawana, committee reports, president's reports, old, new business, good and welfare, adjournment.
Motion to accept the agenda.
Second.
Support.
Okay, it was motion to accept and seconded.
Yeah, I seconded Lois.
Okay.
I finally got back on. I got kicked off.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 And shake off a little of that
All
utility.
right, moving on, Tracy, with the minutes.
The minutes were emailed out to everyone. I hope you've got them and had the opportunity to read them. So is there any questions on them or corrections?
Motion to accept minutes as received.
Support.
All in favor? It was motion and supported for the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
It's a Western.
Right.
Aye.
Who's
Michelle,
the mo- who seconded it? I got Phil made the motion. Who seconded it?
I did, Denise Jennings.
Okay, thanks, Denise.
You're welcome.
Okay, can we have everyone be on mute if you can, because it's hard to hear who's speaking when the background is in. Thank you. Michelle?
Okay, yes, I have a few correspondence. The first one, Black Voters Matter Bus Tour Detroit, sounds by DJ Eddie Lou. Help us welcome BVM to Detroit. We will have an afternoon of fun with food, free food, giveaways, games, COVID vaccines, and kids activities. This will be held tomorrow, June 12th at 1550 Gratiot, Detroit, Michigan, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. My next correspondence is Cedar Point, UAW Local 600, one-day tickets only. Valid at Cedar Point Amusement only, May 7th, 2022 through September 11th, 2022 only. Reservations may be required. The tickets are $41, cash only. The tickets are available at UAW Local 600, and that's 10550 Dix Avenue, Dearborn, Michigan, 48120. And the local is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I also have one more. Okay, I got one more. This was for today. It was the second annual Unity in the Community Prayer Breakfast, the return. But that was earlier today, so disregard that. And okay, and I believe that's all that I have from Michael Joseph. Okay, thank you, and that will complete my report. Thank you. Oh, wait, I do have, if I'm still on, I do have, I don't have the flyer with me, but the Tiger game that Local 600 has every year will be July 23rd. And you can purchase the tickets at Local 600. I believe the t-shirt and the tickets together are $30. And the date of the game is July 23rd. And I do know that it is an evening game. Thank you. That completes my report.
All right, can I get a motion to accept Michelle's report?
I make a motion to accept her report as presented.
I support
Lois.
it. Denise Jennings support.
And Lois.
I made the recommendation.
Lois motion, Denise second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Tawana.
Our beginning balance for our Comerica Bank is $4,886.07. We had accounts payables of $801. I'm sorry, accounts receivables of $801. We had accounts payables for $1,663, which leaves our ending balance at $4,024.07. Our Independence Bank beginning balance is $6,728.48. Ending balance is $6,728.48, which gives our total account balances $10,752.55. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Tawana. Motion to accept.
I make a motion to accept.
Denise motion to accept. Vince
Support.
Second.
Okay.
All
Support.
in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Ayes have it. Committee reports. I don't see Dave on here. Gary Grant, is he in? For the health fair, all right. Denise Floyd for fundraising. All right, so
And I have for scholarship.
Okay, one second. For the health fair for Gary Grant, if you want to participate in the health fair, and it's in, I want to say, I read something about August, please get with Gary Grant for fundraising. If you have any fundraising ideas, please make sure you get with Pam Powell and Denise Floyd, and make sure that when you bring the fundraising ideas, if there's a budget or any and all of that, that you have that information prepared for us so it'll be easier for them to move forward. Lois, scholarship.
Scholarship, just a quick reminder, the deadline is Wednesday, June the 15th, for the scholarships to be postmarked. We may not receive them through the US mail, or even if they're emailed, they have to be emailed to us by the June 15th. And as of this date, I know there's one in process, but we haven't received anything. And it comes to the PO box on the application, but the application is online. So they can do it, and if they want to submit it back to us, you know. Phil, did we put where they could do it, or did we insist it was just mail? Because everything is changing.
There is not the actual online application other than being able to download it.
Download it, okay. But you know that they can tweak and change everything around now and do so much with it. But anyway, the deadline is June 15th. And even if it gets to us later, as long as it's postmarked June 15th, we will accept it. And that is the end of my report.
Motion
to accept.
Thank you.
I have a question. This is Pam. I've had
Yes.
quite a few people come to me and ask us if we're doing the boat ride this year. And I've been telling them no, but I've had a couple people that was a little irate. They was like upset, like they look forward to it. So I'm going to ask you guys as a group, if it's something you would like to consider for next year. Are we not doing it anymore and need to come up with something else? And I want you to consider when you think about it. I know some people talked about changing the date. I had one guy say, no, the date you have is perfect because it kicks off the Labor Day weekend. Think about that, and think about the fact that we may not be able to depend on the locals to buy all their tickets. We might actually have to sell some ourselves. So think about those things.
Excuse me, Pam, could we finish with the scholarship? Because we were getting ready to do a motion. And then you brought up another subject.
Absolutely. I just knew we was doing reports and I was trying to get them all done, but go ahead.
Okay. Was anybody going to put a motion to accept her report?
Motion to accept
report.
Okay, Shaq.
I'll second it.
Second by Michelle. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
GPS connected.
All right, go ahead, Pam.
No, that was basically it. I just knew we were doing reports and you had mentioned to talk to me or Denise about fundraisers, and I had a question on that. So I just want you guys to think about it. So if we're going to do it again, or if we're changing the date, or we don't want to do it, Denise and I will know how to proceed.
All right, thank you. Is Tony Rich on? Okay, no, I don't see him. Oscar, Soul Day. Oscar?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, but you have anything for Soul Day?
Yeah, like I said, I'm pulling it up right now. I've tried to send a flyer. I'm trying to send I had talked with Michael Joseph this week about Soul Day, and I was telling him, mentioned to him about it would be a good project for us to have a table there, just to tell the community about CBTU, because it's kind of connected to Soul Day. Soul Day was implemented by Clarence Pee Wee Harris. He started it back in the early 70s, and it's all about, and it was like a weekend event on Northwestern's field where Tabernacle Baptist Church is right now on Grand River and Boulevard. And so this year, they started it out a couple of years ago, right before COVID reinitiated it. And Keith Williams took over the project. So they doing it again and go have it at the original location on Grand River and the Boulevard. So I had talked with Michael Joseph. He volunteered me to work on their committee concerning the project. I've been trying to get in contact. I got in contact with Keith Williams. They supposed to have a meeting today, which I was unable to attend. So I go pass on the information. I'm trying to get some way, somehow, to try to get the flyer so y'all can actually see the flyer that featuring artists gonna be Larry Lee from the Back in the Day band. And like I said, it's a nice event. And I've been trying to send flyer over to Michael, but I'll probably go send it over to Tracy and see somehow how can I post it on right now so that y'all can actually see the flyer.
Oscar, when is this to happen? What's the date?
Date is July the 30th. It's from 12 noon till 9 p.m. And I'm just going to read a little bit of the flyer. It say, welcome back Soul Day, July the 30th, 12 noon till 9 p.m. Going back to Northwestern High School, located on 2200 West Grand Boulevard, Detroit. We are excited to invite the community back out to join Courageous Inc. on our second annual Detroit Soul Day Festival, introducing the Clarence Harris Award. That's a community award in dedication to the founder. Detroit Soul Day Festival will embrace our Black culture with performance featuring Larry Lee and a Back of the Day band, poetry reading, comedian, face painting, Detroit historian, suggestive group, Giant Bouncy. It said bring chairs and blankets. It's a real nice event. When they used to have it like back in the day, I don't know if anybody remember during that time, it used to be a 3-day event and they just cut it down to a 1-day event. And so when I find out more further information, I go get in contact with you guys to let you know it's still plenty of time. I've been trying to invite Keith Williams to come on this, to speak on it concerning this meeting, but I'm definitely gonna have him, invite him for our next meeting.
All right, is that the end of your report?
Yes, ma'am.
Motion to accept his report.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Okay, Tawana motion. Is that what you, Auntie, that second?
Yes.
Did you get that, Tracy?
Got it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 All righty, the ayes have it. Any nays? All right, ayes have it. Thank you. All right, the president's report. All right, I am going to do a shortened version of the 12, 13, 20-page report for Michael Joseph, President Joseph. Before he starts off with the convention, the power of the past, force of the future. So the convention was very well. Every day was eventful, a lot of speakers. If you all been, you know, one of the highlights of the convention is our very own President Emeritus, Regional Director Frank Woods got the one of the highest honor of CBTU, which is the William Bill Lucy Award. We want to congratulate him. We were so excited for him. And as I talked to him, he was excited, and he, for the first time, he didn't know something, basically. So they pulled one over him. We are excited and proud of his 34 years of service in this organization. There were several resolutions, 15. There was some conflict with resolution 8 and I think 15 that they were trying to combine, and there had to do with the gun violence and all of that. But at the end of the day, after everything was hashed out, all 15 resolutions passed. There really wasn't an election. Everyone got in by acclamation, so we didn't actually have a physical election this year. With the workshops, I am proud to announce that we were represented, when I Region 7 and Detroit chapter were represented in every workshop we had. So we have a bunch of knowledge that our members had gained from the convention and the workshops, and we look forward to putting all of that knowledge to use. For the women's luncheon, what was her name? Tina Turner. What was her name? But she was the Abby Wyatt awardee. One thing that I gained from the conference is how important it is for us to reach out to other constituent organizations that do the same work that we do. How important it is for us to have boots on the ground. And how important it is for us to make sure that we grow our membership with all those who we welcome, all those who want to join, but especially we want to make sure that we reach out to younger members, because as you know, an organization only thrives and survives through its growth, and that we bring in newer and younger members. And with that being said, I'm just going to say this. People don't want to join an organization that is not doing anything. People don't want to join things that's stuck and stagnant. So we got to make sure that we're doing the work in our prospective spaces, not only in our prospective union, but in our location. We are the Detroit chapter, so we have to start making sure that we're doing things that are conducive to the community in the Detroit area. Okay, so with that being said, let's make sure that we bring ideas and things that we could do to help our community and our prospective unions. There's he's also going to have a POW broadcast, as I notice and see that I'm going to be involved in this. He said towards the end of the month or July with the 13th and 14th district, but I'm also going to ask him to revisit that to make sure under the new redistricting that, like, he has 13th and 14th congressional. I think we're 12th and 13th now. We don't have the 14th. But we're going to be looking to do some things in the political arena when it comes to our prospective community. So we're the Detroit chapter, so we're looking to do things politically with the Detroit area. Communications, make sure that Phil and Tracy have your correct email so that we could make sure everybody gets the communications out. And if you're having trouble, from what I'm hearing, don't reach out to Tracy, reach out to Phil, and he'll work. He's going to work on making sure that we get the information that we need. Again, Michael Joseph wants to thank everyone for all the work that they're doing, and for all those who were able to attend the convention. And this ends the president's report.
Motion accept.
Support.
Who's that said support?
Bianca.
Okay. So it's motion by Phil and supported by Bianca. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the ayes have it. At this time, I'm going to ask our President Emeritus Regional Director, Frank Woods, if he has something for us.
Actually, no. But just some gratitude for everyone's hard work over the years and making that award happen. That was a reflection of the chapter's work, not my work. I was just a vehicle that was used to get there. It was the proudest day of my life in CBTU, I can tell you that. And just other on the quick note, the Black Vote Matters folks, they touched on a lot of issues that we don't really have in the city of Detroit, but they also touched on issues that we have that we need to look closer at as to when these districts and the state party delays action in the city of Detroit and in the Black and brown areas. When they delay funding our program that we need to have done in our cities, that is voter suppression. So we need to look at voter suppression on all levels and all ways that it's been done to us and try to figure out a way to rectify that. And ways to do that is through organizations like Black Vote Matters, Fannie Lou Hamer, even CBTU, as we start to put our footprint into the political arena. So going forward, we do have our work cut out for us. And as Tanya said earlier, in order to us to grow, we need more members active. We need more member active. Even if you go somewhere representing CBTU in an unofficial capacity, you should wear your CBTU shirts. And then that would draw a conversation. That would, just like you would wear your Gucci or whoever else you flossing with, wear your CBTU. Wear your CBTU. That will also bring light to our organization.
Got the sound.
And I'm not going to get into the conversation I had with the people at our table during the dinner, but I gave them some information there that made them understand the importance of us being involved in these different boards around the city that affects Black people. We need to have positions on those boards that makes the decisions that affect Black people daily. And I gave them some examples and gave them some things to think about that day. So that's all I have to say today, and I appreciate everyone. Thanks again.
All right, thank you. Now we're in any old business. So for the old business, just make sure for those who did not get an opportunity to purchase your polo shirt that you get with Tony Rich. I know there's an order going in. I'm not sure if the second order has went already, but I know that they are gearing up for it. So make sure you reach out to Tony Rich for your t-shirt. Any other old business? All righty, any new business? Under new business, I did see something about landscaping project with Anthony Thomas. Can you elaborate on that a little, Anthony? Can you hear me, Anthony?
He knows landscaping.
I don't know if he's been able to speak. He's at a graduation, so.
Oh, okay.
And maybe he's just listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there he goes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Barely.
All right. Hey, hello everybody. How y'all doing and everything? Good to hear from everybody. I'm glad everybody's all well. First of all, I want to say as of me and Michael Joseph, we're trying to do some things where we've been started like during the summer, and we're going to organize different organizations and law care people just like that. I'm helping some of my seniors, you know, help keep their lawn up or
No,
Hello?
not
Breaking
clearly.
up a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of static, Anthony.
Hold on one second.
Sorry I'm late. This is Chrissy.
Hold on.
Better now?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna start back at the beginning. I took COVID test. I'm negative. Hope everybody take their COVID test, get their boosters and everything. Want to keep everybody safe. You know, it's summertime, and we all get together and we want to try to get out with all that. And we want to stay as safe as we can. But anyway, we got checked up. Where we came over this thing about peers and families and different things like that. You know, they have help with their arms or they need help or elderly and different things like that. So we came up with a program where we're gonna deal with the church and try to help some of the elderly.
Okay, Anthony, you're very distorted.
Hold on. Do I sound better now?
Okay, yeah.
No, we're not getting you. Anthony, I think wherever you are, Anthony, you're in a zone that we're really not picking up much of what you're, not much, any of what you're saying. So
can we, did he go out?
Yeah, he totally dropped.
Yeah.
Michael shared a little with me about that landscape, and I'm sure he shared it with you too, that they want to start doing something for the seniors.
Yeah. And eventually, it seems like what Mike was saying, eventually he wants to be able to provide a service for seniors where we would have a volunteer group of people that would be able to go out and do their lawn, you know,
right,
based upon a reservation sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay, Anthony, we kind of gave a little short report on what Mike has told Lois and I about the creating some form of a landscaping service to help provide that service to retirees or to seniors.
Okay, that's awesome. And hopefully when we meet again, that we can have a little more information on that. Mm-hmm. Okay, also,
Frank has his hand up.
Oh, go ahead, Frank.
For those of you in the UAW, you might remember when Jimmy Settles was director, we had a similar program that we had gotten lawnmowers at a discount, and we were able to put together a program where we went out and mowed the lawns for seniors. They didn't have to do it. And that was through Wayne County. That was the partnership. So that is probably something along the lines of what Mike is trying to put together. And it shouldn't be that, I'm gonna say it shouldn't be that hard, but things are more difficult now than they were then, but it would be a good program.
Okay, thank you, awesome. We are also going to do a gun violence town hall summit. Michael Joseph, let me see. There was a member who approached Michael Joseph who was an innocent victim of gun violence. And she asked him to do, if they could do some type of project. He didn't mention who the member was, but he gave her the task of heading the project. In discussion with Region 1A, with Region 1, we decided to team up. So we're teaming up with Region 1 on this gun violence town hall. As we know, not only our community that we live in, but around these United States, the gun violence with towards violence towards African Americans, whether it be Black on Black crime, those who hate crimes, crimes against young people, has been on the rampant, and it's very heartbreaking. And as a gun licensed gun owner, I do agree that we need some tougher laws. That don't mean they taking my gun from me. That just means that there are tougher laws, more restrictions, more background checks to go into making sure that the wrong people don't have guns. And these assault rifles and military rifles and stuff shouldn't even be, we shouldn't be able to get them regardless, unless you are in the military. So he's going to do, he's planning on doing something around September with that. Is there any other new business?
Shaq has his hand up.
Okay, Shaq.
Yeah, I just got my answer through the text. Thank you.
Okay. Any other new business? Good and welfare. Let's keep all those who've lost loved ones. I know Pam Powell lost a cousin. President of Canton Chapter, Dana Harris, lost his grandmother. We've had a few members under Region 7 who had caught COVID during our, as we were coming back from the convention. Let's make sure that we keep all those in prayers and just reach out to the ones who lost loved ones just to make sure that they're okay. And let them know that as a CBTU family that we are praying with them and for them. And we just want to wrap our loving arms around them. Any other good and welfare?
I'm fully recovered.
All right.
Tested positive 3 times this week. Negative, I'm sorry. Tested negative 3 times this week.
All right.
Awesome.
Pam got her hand up.
Yeah, Pam.
I just wanted to remind everyone that APRI is holding their Juneteenth program at Local 600 this coming Saturday on the 18th from 9 to 3. And we're asking that people come out and fellowship with us. And if you'd like to volunteer to help, we'll accept that too. We would appreciate it.
What time was that again?
From 9 to 3.
Okay.
So basically, there'll be like food, there'll be games, there'll be giveaways, there'll be some things that talk about the history of Juneteenth and how it got there. We're trying to make it family friendly. So there'll be things for all age groups. And then I believe they're going to do like a reception after 4 o'clock.
Anything else?
Oh.
Go ahead, Tracy.
There's still time to register for U of M's Labor Study Young Workers Conference. The deadline was the 9th, but because we still have quite a few spots opened up, you can still register. Anybody can just get in touch with me and send a form or give me a call and I can help you get it completed. Now, if you happen to be a member of Region 1A and you work for someone that doesn't have a TAP, say you belong to an IPS unit in Region 1A, there are some sponsorships available. You'd have to get in touch with me, and then I would then get in touch with Laura. So if you want to come to our conference, and your job being that you're a TPT or you're from an IPS unit and you belong to Region 1A, we can get you a sponsorship. Just contact me.
All right, thank you. Also,
Excuse me, Tracy, when is that conference?
Oh, I'm sorry, June 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
Okay, and along with that, eBay is still supplying scholarships too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got
Yeah,
one.
you have issued one so far, correct?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
for that conference, yeah.
Yeah, for that conference.
Also, if they're in IPS, Local 600 bought like a group of 10 or 12. So they would, if they let them know over there, they may also be able to get a scholarship there.
Yeah, but Region 1A has 20 sponsorships that will expire in December, so we're trying to use those up.
and also along with that, at that conference, we're going to have a table for CBTU for membership. If you are available to volunteer, I want to say at least an hour of your time to come and help us drive membership up.
Yeah.
And make them aware of CBTU and hopefully drive to membership up.
Yeah, on Friday and Saturday, the best time for people trying to get memberships filled out would be like from 1 to 3. Actually, no, 12 to 3. Yeah, 12 o'clock is when they go to lunch. So 12 to 3 would be the best time for people to volunteer to work the CBTU table.
All right, any other good and welfare?
Motion
All right.
adjourned.
When all is said and done.
Good job, good job.
Oh, bless your heart, thank you. What you say,
We need
Okay,
a
we got a
second.
motion out there. We got
We
a
need a
second,
second.
everybody?
And we need a second. Field motion.
Second. ML second.
ML, all right.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday.
Thank you, Tanya.
All right.
Thank you, Tanya.
Good job, Tanya. We
Great
love
job,
you.
Red.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nisico. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Great job, baby
Did a
girl.
good job, baby.
Yeah,
Call me,
Bye.
Frank.
like I knew
Bye,
you would,
everybody.
like I knew you would.
Get out there and enjoy some of that sun.
That part.
And get back in that garden. From here down, I'm dirty. Here, I clean my face. All right, take care, everybody.
All right, you too.